Okay, so if you find yourself needing some way of storing some toilet paper, I do this for my hunting blinds. I have two hunting blinds. I build them and they're like 4x6, 4x8. Well, I think one's 4x6, one's 5x8. But anyway, you're up in the hunting blind, you realize you got to go, and you didn't bring your toilet paper. Well, this just sits in there now. For that situation, I don't cut a hole. I just take one of these or a country crock, a coffee can. Now with the coffee can, I like to make sure it don't smell like coffee. But you can use a Folgers, you can use a regular can. Just make sure that the roll fits in it. With this one, made this one up for like at my camper. I have a camper and I've made a little hole and then I put some medical tape here and some here and I fold it back here so I could get a hold of it and pull it off. And it just makes it so hopefully mice don't get in it or bugs or whatever, moisture. But if I'm using my toilet, which I have an outdoor toilet, it's nice to be able to use it one-handed, not that you have to. Then what you do, you take your toilet paper roll, leave this attached. This here part, don't unhook it. If you do, you can still do it, but it works better. Grab your spool, I guess, and you give it a twist. Go right away. And then you just go ahead and start pulling your stuff up out. This is one I've already done. I didn't pull the spool up out of that one, but that one, it just pulls right up out. Like I say, this one here is one I've already did, but it's attached to it, so it must be a different brand. This is great for using for tissues, especially if it's good toilet paper. Not like, I don't know if Scott's would work, but good toilet paper. You can pull it up out. Say that's all you're going to use for your restroom duty. Stuff that back down. My hands don't work very good. Anyway, and then if it's in your blind, you just leave it. If it's now my camper, I'll take this back inside the camper, so don't get wet or anything. But if you haven't cut a hole in it and you're doing it either like this or pulling it out going like this, and you haven't cut a hole, you can just leave it outside. It doesn't hurt anything. But I like this for at the camp. I just like to pull it. Now it's a little harder when you pull it out. You got to straighten your toilet paper back out, but it's not really that big a deal. Now these, my mom buys these like a couple of times a week. She's always got these. I tell her to save them for me. She forgets, but when I go up, there's always one in the garbage can. Now if you buy a country crock, Folgers coffee, even the big, I have a big chock full of nuts can, and it's the original old metal can that they used to all coffee came in. It works fine. You can feed it up out of it. It's a little looser. This fits pretty nice, pretty snug when and it stays that way because you're pulling out of the center. And like I say, it's pretty handy if you're camping, if you're backpacking, if you're like I say, I've got a camper where I hunt, and it's nice to make sure I have plenty of toilet paper, and I don't have to worry about it getting because mice will get into it and just shred it. It can get wet. Anything can happen. If you got an outdoor toilet anywhere, I used to go to this shooting range. They had an outdoor toilet and they kept their toilet paper in a coffee can. They didn't go to this much trouble, but which you don't need to anyway. Anyway, it works for me. It's just kind of practical, kind of a no-brainer. I'm sure a lot of people have done it, but I thought I'd make a video. A little idea it might make camping a little bit more pleasant. Thanks for watching, guys.